old are you?
31.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
How long?
6 months.
So what made you choose to settle down?
Oh, I put my foot down. I was like, it's either me or I'm gone.
You were the one who was asking him for commitment.
Yes.
Why did you think he was hesitant?
Because he's 26, so he's younger.
But do you really think it's all about timing, or does it have to do with a person?
I just think if someone wants to be with each other, like, you're going to tell them. But if not, a woman like me is going to make you.
Oh, you poor woman. You don't have a boyfriend. We all know it, so there's no point in pretending. You can't just put your foot down and demand any man be your significant other. That's not how that works. Women control access to the bedroom. That goes without saying, but men control access to the relationship. And if he doesn't want to be with you, then darling, you're not getting one. You can put your ugly stripper boots down on the ground as much as you want, but that guy will just humor you until he gets sick of you or finds a younger chick who's better in bed, and then off you go to the land of boxed wine, infinite cats, and endless social media doom scrolling. It's a land that you think is a myth, but we call it the wall, and there is no stopping it.
Could you see yourself getting married to him?
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to get married?
No, I don't want to get married. That's too much.
What about marriage scares you?
Being with somebody your whole life, like, that scares me.
But you could still do that without being married.
Yeah.
So why even call it boyfriend, girlfriend?
You're right. You think I should end it? I think I should end it.
That's up to you.
I think I should end it.
You know,
I think you just told me to end my relationship. You know what? I'm ending my relationship.
Wait.
Nice try.
I'm of two minds on this one. Either she was legitimately planning on breaking up with the dude she was banging and was looking for an excuse and decided to blame the certified gent, or she was just looking for an excuse to bail on the interview itself because she knew she was outsmarted. It wouldn't surprise me either way. She knows that a preschooler who's groggy from their afternoon naps still has more wit and logic than her after 12 hours of sleep and a boxed wine chaser. But at the same time, she doesn't strike me as the kind of woman who can tell the difference between being married and forcing a dude to stay loyal to her without the need of a government contract. I guess it doesn't really matter though, because I've got an intergalactic space penny that says that this dude is gonna break up with her before she even has the chance to ask what she did with her skirt. But that's just common sense.
There is nothing that makes me more mad when I hear guys basically say that we wear makeup because we don't feel attractive enough. One, I am a makeup artist, and it is an art form for me. Even if you're not a makeup artist, it is therapeutic, and a lot of women love to put on makeup.
What?
You're a makeup artist? Where did you get your training? The Basement Makeup Academy of South Omaha? Now, was this an in-person course or did you do it by correspondence? It doesn't matter. Either way, you should demand the cereal box proofs of purchase that you mailed in because I think you've been had. Because anybody who's anybody will tell you that the whole point of makeup is to give women a youthful and more fertile appearance to make them look more desirable to men. Now, I may not be a representative for all females like you, but I do have this little thing to back up my claim. It's called human history. You might have heard of it. In short, if you feel the need to artificially make yourself appear more attractive to men, you may not be as secure in yourself as you think. It's just some food for thought as you wait for that college to mail you back your $50 money order. Seriously, woman, what in the hell were you thinking?
2, it has nothing to do with self-confidence. Literally, 99% of the time, I am not wearing makeup.
Liar, liar, liar.
Unless I'm filming or going somewhere where I don't want to say need to, but want to. Yes, I do believe that society plays a role in women wearing makeup, but, and I can say speaking from a woman myself, that I do not wear makeup because I'm not confident.
Liar, liar, liar.
What men don't realize is that a lot of women don't want to look like someone else. We're not doing this to catfish or give false advertisement. Most, not all, but most women want to look like themselves, but better. Makeup is made to enhance your natural beauty.
Aren't you lying? No. In fact, aren't you a liar? No more questions, Your Honor.
Oh, you're walking right into this one, sister. If makeup is meant to enhance your natural beauty, then why do you guys slather on 3 pounds of it while getting ready for a Tinder date? Women like you have made careers out of talking about how you represent all females on the planet while you smear chemicals all over your face to completely change the way you look. Why would you waste the time, the energy, and the money to do that if you were confident in your natural beauty? It sounds to me like someone's got a case of the insecurities, because nobody would get this defensive over being called out for using too much makeup, which you clearly do. I feel like if you dragged a toothpick across your cheek, it'd leave a canyon from where the skin on your cheek starts to where the makeup ends.
And let's not blame us and make it seem like women are insecure because they wear makeup. Let's remember that guys are the first ones to tell you when you're not wearing makeup that you look tired. They're the first ones to be scrolling on Instagram obsessing over girls with a pound of makeup on. They're also the first ones to go to a bar and hit on a girl with makeup. There are some exceptions to the rule, so if you're one of those guys, don't get offended. And if you're getting offended, then you're one of those guys.
Woman, if you feel the need to be wearing all of that makeup, then all you're doing is lying to the guys who find you attractive. It's not their fault that they lost a few brain cells when talking to you. Most self-respecting men don't want to be with a woman who feels the need to invest spending 3 hours in putting on makeup because it's a massive red flag. It shows obvious insecurities, it's wasteful time management, not to mention a complete and utter waste of money as well. Some makeup is fine, that's been the standard for generations, but just like with all of the garbage you post on TikTok, you take it way too far. And if you feel the need to cake on that much crap on your face, we'd rather just leave you to deal with Chad, because he's actually got the money to dry clean those makeup smears you leave all over his bed sheet.
Indeed. I was 28 years old. I met my rich ex-boyfriend who was a Rockefeller at the Home Depot, and here's how. So my ex-husband Gordon told me that he was getting married and I no longer had to pay alimony, so I decided to celebrate. I started the day with Pilates, then I went to Skinny Med Spa where I got M-Sculpt. When I was a little girl, my grandmother always told me that Mykonos bodies were made in med spas. While I watched my money work for me, I remember that Gordon left me because I had nasty, ugly yellow teeth, so I decided to get my teeth whitened at Dental Bar. Then I went to Dry Bar and I got my stepmother blowouts. Then I went to Gloss Lab and I got my nails done. I wanted to look perfect for my future husband, and I was wondering what he was doing to look perfect for me.
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
I don't know, something about this doesn't seem right. So you met your ex-boyfriend who's a Rockefeller at a Home Depot, which already sounds suspect. Now, I will be the first to admit, I don't know the heirs to multi-billion-dollar fortunes. I was planning on it, but much like my plan to clean out my car, I just never got around to doing it. But it just doesn't sound right to me that a Rockefeller would be going to a Home Depot for almost any reason. Maybe I'm wrong on this one, but something tells me he'd either have someone go there for him, or he'd have access to a higher-end hardware store for elites, if that's even a thing. Something tells me that it does exist, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I feel like if this story were true, you would be flaunting all sorts of photos with this dude just as a flex, instead of just showing you artificially enhancing your body with God knows what for a man that I'm not even convinced exists.
Then I hit the streets, aka the Home Depot. It was love at first sight. I asked him where the pink section at Home Depot was, and he laughed. And then I asked him if this was the pink wrench, and he said no. Then I bought this box of trash bags so I looked like I was there for a reason. Then I pulled up to KFC and I wanted to see if he would follow. I just ate my chicken in peace, and he did. He asked for my number and we made plans the next day.
Smelly fish.
And it's not a cod.
I never thought I'd say this, but I gotta give this woman some credit. Contractor bags are a fantastic investment. They have an insane number of uses, not just for hauling garbage, you know. They're one of the ultimate survival tools. You can use them as a makeshift tarp or a jerry-rigged rain catch. Hell, they even make a handy poncho in a pinch. But that's the only form of props I can muster at this point, because woman, you are just embarrassing yourself. You went to a Home Depot and conjured up a cockamamie story about flirting with a billionaire about pink wrenches or some such nonsense, and that he followed you to a KFC to ask you out while you gorged yourself on cholesterol. And lady, if you want to eat fried chicken that badly, you don't need to come up with an elaborate backstory. You just go and buy some fried chicken and eat it whatever you want. There's no need to make people think you only did it in hopes that a Rockefeller would track you down to ask you out on a date. Your life isn't that important or interesting.
I lied to him and I told him that I knew how to cook, so I texted my girlfriend to FaceTime me and tell me her house is on fire, so I had to pick her up. So she FaceTimed me and did exactly that. Then I left and I still got a second date and I didn't have to cook for him. Bye.
Good, but I would say it's horrible yet terrible. Ugly yet disgusting. You suck.
Well, the fact that you don't know how to cook is probably the only part of this story that's even remotely believable. Now, I've analyzed this post with a team of intergalactic space teamsters, and we've all come to a unanimous decision. Even in the off chance that what this broad was saying was even true in the most remote of fashions, her plan to find her true love at Home Depot still ended in complete and colossal failure, because even she admitted at the very beginning of the video that this non-existent Rockefeller became one of her many exes. She then created a narcissistic laundry list of all the things to make her duller than a dollar store steak knife, which just proves that if you're gonna go to Home Depot to find a man, you really shouldn't. It's never gonna work. But it really doesn't matter, because we already know that this woman's video,
It's a fake.
You think my job is easy?
That's why I praise the Lord for prostitutes.
Let me get into everything that goes into it. So first, before we advertise, we need photos done. So we have to be a model. Okay. We have to coordinate the photo shoot or take the photos ourselves or the videos ourselves or coordinate that and find a location. And then we use that to build a website that we build on our own. So we have to be website designers too.
Bullshit!
oh man, this is one of my favorite things about modern women. Those who work in the industry of spice, and how they'll try to say that their lives are hard because they're cramming in a whole bunch of different careers into one job that makes them sound busier than they actually are. Only a spice worker can take a selfie, enhance it with AI filters to completely change her face and catfish potential clients, drag and drop it onto a website with pre-designed templates, and call herself a web designer. Under that logic, if I wake up in the morning and I'm late for work, that means when I'm speeding down the road that must make me a precision speed race driving dude. The only reason I don't say this is because I don't speed, and unlike you, I'm actually a responsible adult. It's okay to admit that your job is easy, lady. You wouldn't be saying anything that we didn't already know.
And then we advertise. So we have to be in advertising and marketing. We use social media, so we have to be in social media management. And then we have to rent a place, so we also have to be a real estate agent. Then we communicate with people, so we also have to be a secretary.
Oh, poor you.
No, you are none of those things. You take thirst trap selfies and post them on Instagram. That is the easiest form of advertisement on the planet. Just ask any American beer company from the 1990s. Half of the time, those chicks weren't even holding beer. You've been doing the same thing for years before you decide to sell your body, and you're not a real estate agent either. You argue with landlords over the cleaning deposit that you're guaranteed to lose, and that's not the same thing. And you book appointments to have your cheeks clapped. That doesn't make you a secretary. That makes you a walker of the proverbial streets. There's no way around it, sister. The way you make your money is easier in comparison to any real job out there, and I am including fry cooks. There's nothing you can say that'll prove it otherwise. If stay-at-home moms can't even convince us that their lives are harder than ours, then what the hell kind of chance do you think you could even possibly have?
And then we actually see people. So we have to work in customer service. We also have to be a therapist. We have to be a companion. We have to be so many things. And you think that shit's easy?
It is!
We also have to be a hairdresser and a makeup artist and get our nails done and do everything. Like, do you really think that's easy? Like, only a man could make this comment. Only a man.
This is beyond easy.
Wait a second, why are you complaining about makeup? A woman before just told us that she represented 99% of all women and said that doing makeup was therapeutic. Now I'm gonna admit, you are kind of like a therapist. You overcharge for a service that's underwhelming and in many cases solves no problem and actually makes things worse. It's almost poetic when you try to think about it, in a sick and smelly kind of way. I actually find it kind of hilarious how you're trying to garner sympathy from the public when you've taken the easiest way out to make money. And personally, I'd be more concerned about your loss of dignity, privacy, and any future you might have after you prematurely become crusty, because when that day happens, you're gonna wish you were a real estate agent or a secretary. But in a few years, when nobody even wants your body for your services, you'll be wishing you could get a part-time customer service job at the local convenience store. But I hate to break it to you, woman, there is not a company on this planet who is ever gonna need help that badly. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell, leave a comment or two, share this video, and let's give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.